Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody. As I said a few moments ago, Nikki is not going to be with us today. She is still down and out, the bronchitis and whatever else, herniated discs and all those things she's got going on. She just got a perfect storm set up, and she is literally flat on her back in bed. So any good vibes and feel good feelings you can send her way, she needs them. She needs them desperately, and we're hoping she'll be back on track very soon and not have to have any more medical interventions with what she's got going on, but she just can't get her fever to break. So what she had planned today was we're going to light the 4 candles and then just a coaching session and some housekeeping notes. So we'll just kind of go in that vein. I think it'll probably won't be as long a meeting today as if Nikki were here coaching. But we'll play it by ear and whatever you guys need to discuss. Okay. So why don't we start with the 4 candle lightings? I don't know if all of you are aware, tonight is the Compassionate Friends worldwide candle lighting. So at 7 p.m. local time, wherever you happen to be, you can light a candle for your child and or other children. I am participating in that from my time zone with my own candle. And then I am also standing in for Nikki as a speaker for Lynn's Compassionate Friends group in Ottawa, Canada. So I'll be attending their virtual candle lighting, which I'm really honored and pleased to be a part of that. So Nikki wanted us to light our 4 candles with the 4 candle reading that she had kind of rewritten to be a little bit more applicable for us. So we'll do that. I've got 4 candles, and I'm sorry I can't put all of them on camera at one time, but with the setup I have, that's just not working. So we'll start with the first candle, which represents our grief. We honor the grief that signifies that you've left your physical body. We confront our sorrow as it comes to help us grow. We comfort one another through the darkness that your physical absence brings. We are open and aware of your light. And the second candle represents our healing. And I chose a bluish purple for healing just because I think that's a nice healing color. The second candle that represents our healing means we stand in our truth, that you are with us in spirit, guiding us and helping us to grow, that you are always near and your passing will never be in vain. The third candle represents our unity. That spirit to spirit, we are always infinitely connected. We're constantly intertwined, and you are always available in a new way. And the fourth and final candle represents our love. That love never dies. Our love is ever present and expansive. Our love for you sends ripples of hope across the world and is never ending as we continue on together in a new way. So I hope all of you will join in lighting candles tonight for our loved ones. They doesn't have to be a sad candle lighting. I know a lot of folks look on it as a sad candle lighting, but it doesn't have to be sad. It's all about that shifted perspective that Nikki and I talk about so much. And if you shift the perspective to one of honoring your new relationship and lighting a candle to keep that relationship burning, that may help make you feel a little bit better about it, so that that it's not a sad, overwhelming thing. And I'll post pictures later when I light my actual candles on my shrine instead of the 4 that we have here. So as far as housekeeping, if you have not yet signed up for the Secret Santa Exchange and you want to do that, please make sure you go into the group and put your name and your child's name on the appropriate thread for that today, because the names are going to be drawn tomorrow and our Secret Santa matches will be made. Messages will be sent, and then you can get to work with your assigned child to pick out his or her mom's present. And I think you guys that have not done this before will find that it's a really cool activity. And you may be approaching it feeling like, well, I don't know those kids. I don't really know. I really did not know Rebecca's son, Joseph, last year when I drew Rebecca's name. And instantly he told me what present I was supposed to get. And I kept thinking, my ego kept telling me that, oh, it couldn't be that. I knew Rebecca already had one of those and it just couldn't be that, da, 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 da. And I fought it and fought it and fought it. And I literally was standing in the spiritual shop in front of, he kept telling me pendulum. I kept seeing the word pendulum everywhere, pendulum with Rebecca. And I knew she already had one, but Joseph and Sophie were adamant that it was supposed to be a pendulum. And as I was standing in front of a display of pendulums at the spiritual store, second, third, fifth guessing myself, trying to, my ego telling me that couldn't be it. Every single one of the pendulums on the display started to spin in Sophie's I love you circles. Wow. And I knew, I was like, okay, I give. I'm getting the pendulum. So it's really fun, and the kids will come through. They do deliver on what you're supposed to get your fellow warrior mom. So it's a fun activity. And if you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up for that.
Kathy, good question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said put our child and spirit's name on there too, because I know we all went through and just kind of said, I'm in. So should we go through and
you can, if you think about putting your child's name on there, you can read it, but you don't have to. We can look y'all up. We know where you live.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm sure Nikki will, when Nikki or I when we send out the messages, we'll get everybody's mailing addresses so we can exchange all the addresses with the appropriate people and everything. We do, if Nikki does it, she may let spirit guide her a little bit on who's supposed to go with who. Kathy, on the other hand, would just put all the names in a randomizer and let the randomizer draw.
Right.
But
yeah,
whatever works.
Either way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So be sure and sign up for that. Let me see. I think our next meeting is Tuesday night. Let me pull up the program schedule and double check on that. I couldn't pull everything up at one time on my computer. Yes, Tuesday, which is December the 13th at 6:30 p.m. We're going to have destiny card readings with Kelly White. Kelly, for those of you who may not be familiar with her, Kelly is a wonderful psychotherapist and medium. She's fabulous. She works very closely with James Van Praagh, and we were so honored last year that she actually brought James as a special guest with her when she came to read for us. So it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility that she will bring someone with her again this year. She usually doesn't tell Nikki until about 24 hours before she's supposed to be with us. So send some good energy for that, and we might get us another person in with Kelly on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we have Reiki again with Stacy at 6:30. So that's what we got going on this week. And next Saturday at 1:00 is our group reading with Rachel Pearson. And for those of you who know Rachel, that'll be a fabulous, fabulous reading. So be sure to put that one on your calendars. You might want to get up in the middle of the night for that one, Lee.
I'm doing that. I don't care. I'm pulling myself out of bed for that one. That's a slightly more manageable.
You're right. Go to bed super, super early so you can get up in the middle of the night.
I can do that for Rachel, definitely.
Okay. All right. So does anybody have anything you want to talk about today? How's everybody doing? Are you feeling okay? You getting ready? Are you preparing, putting up some decorations, those kinds of things? Who's got what going on? Okay.
I'll
go.
Or here we go.
Okay. Whoever said I'll go ahead.
That was me.
Okay, Kim, take it away.
So I did put up my, the only decoration that I have is my son's Christmas tree that I put outside. It's a small, tree that I put on my porch, and I light it with a star, and I put the lighted presents around it. So that is as far as I've been able to get.
But that's big.
It
That's
is.
good. If you did that, that's wonderful.
Yeah. No, I agree, but I was gonna wait for my daughter to come home to put the big tree up, but I don't know. I'm gonna take it day by day. Not sure it'll get up or not.
I'm in the same boat with you. I look every day at the space where the tree's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And I think about putting it up, and then I start going, I don't know, that's a lot of effort. I'm not sure I want to do that. Because my husband always handled all the lights and dragging the tree out and all that crap. And I'm just not sure I want to mess with mine this year either. So I get it.
Yeah, maybe you need a small one. Something, tabletop.
Yeah, but then the small one, it's like a gateway drug for me, because then I'd start thinking about all the ornaments that I really love, and I have to have them on the tree. And the little tree would just be like one big mass of ornament.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those all or nothing kind of people. So
Okay.
either I'm going all the way 100% in, or I'm just going to sit here and go, that tree sure would look good over there, but it's not happening.
Yeah, I might wait for my daughter to come home. She won't be home till next Monday. So the 19th, she'll be home. That might just be my push.
Well, there you go. And if that happens, that'll be fine. And if it doesn't, that's okay too.
Yep. But the tree does look pretty outside.
Yeah, that's good. And it's out, it's public, it's a wonderful example. No matter what else you may or may not do, you've got his tree up, and that's what counts.
Yep, he can see it. It's his tree, right?
Yeah. So that's a big step. That's really good. Who else?
I'll go.
Okay.
So my daughter just left in May, so I'm not really doing holidays, not feeling that. But as y'all heard in the readings yesterday, my kids kept talking about their living brother who's in the Army. He kept coming up a lot. And so my community gifted me a trip to go see him for Christmas in Alaska, where he's stationed. So I'm got out the suitcase today, and I'm trying to just tunnel vision the happiness and just focus on that, and try not to let the peripheral shit, excuse my language, I'm just trying to focus on getting to see him, because the last 2 times I've seen him was for the death of his siblings. So I'm really trying to focus on that, and I'm feeling positive energy going to see him, and he's excited. So that's what I'm focusing on right now.
That's good. And now from the readings yesterday that your kids in spirit are excited for you to go see him too.
Yeah.
So everybody will be celebrating together. Take some pictures of your kids in spirit with you and put them around the table, and the whole family will be there.
Yeah, I'm taking him their ashes. He hasn't gotten their ashes yet, so that'll be a moment. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it'll be a moment.
Yeah. Well, it's set your intention that you want it to be a love-filled moment, and it'll unfold the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And how long do you get to stay in Alaska with him?
I'm there for 10 days because he still has to work half days. So, and there's only sun for 4 hours during the day. So I don't know what I could do. But
right.
I've had 10 days.
10 days of darkness is plenty.
Yeah, I stay in bed anyway. So
not to mention the cold.
I'm
not sure I could survive 10 days in Alaska.
it'll be 80 when I leave home, and it'll be 5 when I land.
Ugh. I'm really, really happy that you get to see your son, Robin, but oh,
Thank you.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Thanks, but no
I'll-
thanks. I'd have to ask him to come to me.
I'm packing the layers, I'm telling you.
Good. And it's really, really wonderful that your community gifted you that trip.
They've really been so supportive through both of the losses. I mean, this community, I just feel like they're grieving with me. I mean, it's a really, really, really giving and awesome community. I've been really blessed that I moved here at the time that I did.
Yeah, that is definitely a blessing to have a supportive community around you, because as
Yeah.
so many of us know, man, everybody deserts you.
They really do. They don't wanna
You
hear
get
the
deserted and you look around and there's like next to nobody. So that's very, very wonderful that you have a community with that level of support.
Yeah, I mean, like 3 months ago, I got a messenger text from someone in the community that said, there's nowhere you should be on Christmas besides you're with your son. Here's the money to go to Alaska.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Who else?
I'll share.
Okay, Sarah.
All right. I might be in a little different place than some. This is my 4th Christmas without Emily. And I guess I've been just going 110 miles an hour Christmas because I still have a 5-year-old. So she keeps me going. And my son's 14. He's a little less enthusiastic. But my niece, my husband's brother's daughter, just lost her mom the Friday before Thanksgiving, and she's 11, and she found her.
Oh my
So
gosh.
she had pneumonia. She had been sick for a long time, but she had been caretaking for her, and she had to grow up real fast, but she hasn't been super involved with her dad, and that's my husband's brother. So that's been hard. Just wanting to be supportive, and like my first response was like, I'll adopt her because I'm missing a daughter, but it's not my place, but trying to help her because she was in a really bad place. Just didn't have a good living situation and doesn't have clean clothes and a winter coat and stuff. So took her out shopping and trying to help, but like trying to find a balance of like, where do I help and where do I step back? And they're just a part of my husband's family we've stayed away from because there's a lot of givers and there's a lot of takers, and they're on the taker side. So trying to figure out like what's appropriate for us and what's not too much for me, because that's been getting me really emotional. So that's hard. We're just trying to do stuff with them, and we see them every weekend, and which we never ever see them. So trying to figure out where that balance is. But I feel really bad for her. And here I am, a mom without a daughter, and she's a daughter without a mom. So
Well, she's lucky to have you in her life, Sarah, at whatever level you can give or you're able to give for your side or his side. She's lucky to have you.
yeah, I mean, she's got a dad who wants to be there. He just doesn't know how to be a parent just yet because he hasn't had to. And so he doesn't understand a lot of things about being a parent. But I guess all I think I can do is be a person that she can use as an example as she grows up, right? Someone that she can say, oh, my aunt does this. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, sending you guys prayers. I know that's a tough situation, because I think my first inclination would be just like you, want to scoop her up, bring her to live with me.
Right.
See you, bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't call us, Dad. We'll call you. You can come visit in a couple years.
When it's hard, when you can't, it's not your place, but you feel like things aren't quite the way they should be, But,
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. And I know, so many of us are so much alike in that regard. I have no doubt that a lot of your feelings would be the same ones I'd be having, because I would want to do everything in my power to make things as easy as possible for her, and kind of to heck with everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tough time for a little girl to lose their mom,
Yeah.
especially right
Yeah.
around the holidays.
We had everybody over yesterday making gingerbread houses, thinking it's important to still do Christmas and keep traditions. Well, start a new tradition, I guess. So
And do you do Elf on the Shelf with Noah?
unfortunately, it's not my favorite thing. He
I know.
fell off. He fell off the light chandelier, thick, kind of like a chandelier above the kitchen table, and then my daughter like didn't touch him but tried to move him, and so ever since then he's been not functioning properly. So every once in a while I'm like, she's like, where'd he go? Oh, he's over there now. Oh, his magic must be malfunctioning. And then he didn't go back to the North Pole last night. He just stayed in one spot. So I'm using that as the reason.
Smart mom. I was ever so grateful that I escaped the Elf on the
Yeah.
Shelf thing with Sophie. She was a little bit too old for that by the time Elf
Yeah.
on the Shelf
Yeah.
really got popular, because I would have never remembered to move the dang thing every night ever.
He doesn't move a lot.
Yeah, I'd have had to set an alarm to move Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah. And he's not creative at all. He doesn't do anything cool.
Oh. I've seen
We
some,
we did kindness kids instead of Elf on the Shelf, and me and my neighbors at the time, it's like if I knew I was gonna not be home in time, like I'd call one. I'm like, run over to
Oh.
the house and move the kindness kids. And so we were all
Oh.
helping each other.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I would have never remembered. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Who else has got something to share?
I'll go.
All right, Caroline.
Yesterday's group reading was great. And then after group, and you guys also helped put my life into perspective as I'm hearing people talk. Yesterday after group, I just, I felt great. And then I plummeted. And I mean, plummeted. Cry. I must have cried. 3 or 4 hours straight. Like, no, I couldn't stop crying. But not just, it wasn't just about Zeke at all. It was, I cried for everything, the earth, the trees, the people. But when you guys, but one of the things that I was just feeling so profoundly was how alone I feel sometimes. Because there is that thing of, because people have disappeared, you know, they step away. And I know that it's weird and difficult to be around us, because I've had friends that have lost children, and I remember how inadequate I felt and how I didn't like to be around them because I felt so inadequate. But anyway, I plummeted, you guys. I mean, plummeted. Like my eyes were, last night, they were just slits from me crying so hard. But this morning, so I'm grateful to all of y'all and to our group, because I know what to do. I know how to shift. I know how to wake up in the morning and go, I am not fucking doing that again today. You know, like, you have some tools, Caroline. What are you going to do? Are you going to use them? So I put on 528 megahertz. I taught to my girlfriend, Kathy, who she's so funny, y'all. She does GNAs every morning and sends them to me. And she does not have a child. And it's like, she's picked up. I've taught her all these things, and she just loves it. She's like, she uses the term shift and, you know, but anyway, I guess I'm just like kind of just telling on myself or something. I'm better today. We've been, we've still been unpacking from the fire, although we've been home for 6 months. But, you know, we had moved back in with my mom after she had a stroke, and my mother has lived in this house for 48 years. So they were 48 years worth of boxes. So anyway, Abigail and I have been unpacking a lot today, which is good. We've gotten a lot done, and Abigail's pregnant. So there is nothing like a nesting pregnant woman to get some work done, which is good. And as far as Christmas decorations, I baked some orange slices and I picked up some pine cones. And that's all that I have right now. We'll put the tree up soon, but one of the things that and this is my third Christmas, and Zeke left his body in November. So to be honest with y'all, that first Christmas, I was so zombied out that I can't even hardly remember it, you know. But what I got from the holiday program last year was that pressure of that I didn't feel that. Like every little thing that I did, I learned to like praise myself for, this is great, Caroline. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Like I would celebrate every tiny little thing that I did. And if I didn't do something, I would celebrate that too. Like you know what I mean? So I've learned, I don't feel that stress as much as like I used to always feel at holidays, all the, you know, the perform and the decorate and the presents. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm trying to stay in that mode of, instead of, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to stay in that mode. I'm looking forward to winter solstice. I really, I'm looking forward to that. And the sun has not shone where I live since Thanksgiving, hardly. So I keep telling, you know, winter solstice is the promise that the sun will return. So I'm like, okay, please. But I'm all right today. I'm just kind of telling them, you know, it's been a long time since I've had that bad of I mean, I was like despair, hopeless. The trees are dying. The earth is sick. You know, Zeke's dead. Nobody likes me. I'm all alone. I mean, just boom.
So you had
But I'm better.
You had a big old purge. You must have needed it.
I don't even know if I purged. Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah. My eyes are still swollen, but today's been a good day. It
Good.
has been. So
Good. I
I'm
know
grateful for you.
For me, the swollen eyes is always the worst part of the purge. I always feel better after the purge, except for my eyes.
Yeah.
It takes my eyes about 3 days to get back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, and especially if you put any kind of eye makeup on them, oh,
Yeah.
that's just a bad choice after purging for me. Makes me itchy and gross.
Yeah, I think I've worn mascara maybe 3 times since November the 13th of 2020. And I used to always, but I did want to tell Robin, you know, I took my son Zeke's ashes. My oldest daughter, Maddie Madison, lives in Arizona. And I took her part of her brother's ashes to her on the airplane. And I was nervous. And needless to say, that's a very emotional, you know, but that entire experience was incredibly beautiful, and spirit and my son showed up every single step of the way. It was fabulous. I felt like it was great. It was hard, but it was very obvious that even to the music that played in every airport I was in, it was very clear that love was around me.
That's awesome. Alex is still angry with his brother, and he doesn't want his ashes, and he still talks badly about his brother. So you know, as y'all seen with the readings, my son, every time he comes through, he talks about Alex.
Yeah.
And I keep telling Alex that it's like, you're the number one thing that he talks about when he comes through. He needs your forgiveness, and he just can't do it. So yeah, there's anxiety around that.
Yeah.
Okay. Caroline.
Yeah.
Hi, friend. If you want to do a solstice thing with me, let me know.
Okay. You know, that was the most sacred part of Christmas for me last year, like in my heart. It wasn't, I walked down, I mean, I was in, you know, middle of downtown Greenville, and I walked through the park with a little basket and a pair of scissors and cut off but in my heart, in my spirit, and it was my favorite part of last year. It was, I felt every sacredness of like what it meant. It was my favorite thing of last year.
It's amazing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I could do runes for you too. And that goes for anybody. If you want rune readings, hit me up.
Okay.
Now's the time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better watch
So-
out. Hey, we have an opening on the schedule for the 21st. We could pencil you in.
Yeah, I think Nikki was waiting for me to confirm that I would actually do that.
Because there's a nice little spot right there between Terry Collette on Tuesday and Christmas dinner with the kids on Thursday. We could fit you right. It's got Kate's name written all over it.
So for those of you that don't know, winter solstice is like the oldest Christmas celebration, right? It goes way back to pre-Christianity into paganism and all the theologies that came before Christianity as we know it today. And it is totally involved in nature. And if you can't tell, I'm like super Norwegian. And my heritage, that's what I do. So yeah, I'd be down to do it. I got so much on my plate, but why not? We're gonna do more. Yeah, speaking of like Christmas decorations, we're not gonna be here this year. So this is Kavi's first year upstairs and Anthony's third. So I didn't know for like ever what I was gonna do. And then it, you go with the flow and it all falls into place. So we'll be in Clearwater at our beach house, which is perfect. But I still have to do my Mama Kate's party here. And I say have to because I begrudgingly accepted the challenge. I guess that's the nicest way to put it. But my husband was like, yeah, this is gonna be Mama Kate's party I'm Mama Kate, obviously. And my oldest son, Anthony, he hopped over at 17. So all of his friends were like older teenagers and they were going into their junior and senior years. So and he passed away in the beginning of summer. So that whole summer I spent with these teenage boys and now we're friends, they're adults and they're my buddies. And so every year for the past 3, I've had a Christmas party with just them and their parents. Many reasons. One of the reasons is 2 of his besties were in the car with him. And it's just a way that we like to get together, honor him. And then you can't, not invent this bestie or that bestie or whatever. So now, and then Kavi. And so now it's like 50 people are coming. And I'm like, holy shit, what did I do? But, I came home a week ago and my house was chaos and my contractors didn't lay flooring like they were supposed to. And so I laid floor for 4 days and then I decorated my house for Christmas for 2 days. That's why I have a black eye. Wait, I don't know.
I was gonna ask how you got that.
I laid floor and I don't know what I'm doing. Floor, face, it happened.
You're not supposed to lay the floor with your cheekbones, Kate.
Or your eye socket.
Yeah.
Don't do it with your eye socket.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now so Mama Kate's Christmas party for 50 people and all of my children's friends. So there's 4 of them and all of their besties are coming. And their parents are all coming to my house next weekend and we're gonna celebrate my dead kids. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And then I'm leaving to go to Florida and ignore the rest of the shit because it doesn't matter to me. And I'm not saying that. I have a sign on my wall that says I love Jesus that my kid made when he was little, but thank you. But he's a cool dude and I don't get anything from him for my birthday. So he doesn't really get anything from me for his. But I say happy birthday. Yeah.
There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
whatever works.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. And my husband just got over the stomach flu and he lost 20 pounds in 4 days. It was
Wow.
gross. I don't recommend it for anybody.
Yeah, that's not a good weight loss plan.
No, but it's effective. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not a good way to do that though. Glad
No.
he's feeling better.
Yeah, he is feeling better today. He can actually
It's-
keep food down.
Nobody wants to take care of a sick man.
Oh my God, no, there's such he like cried like 5 times. I'm like, seriously? I pushed a baby out of my vagina. You're pooping. Yeah. What? Okay. It was funny.
Oh my God.
He's better now, so that's good. And yeah, that's how we're gonna do them. That's how we're gonna do the season going forward. We're not gonna do like the Christmas thing. My kids are like, what the hell? We're not gonna get Christmas presents. So I was like, oh, there's 12 days of Yule. So I'm gonna do like the 12, the history. We talked about this on solstice, but the 12 days of Yule originated with the 12 days of Christmas Yule came before Christmas, right? 12 days of Yule, you got a present in a stocking. Saint Nick, it all correlates anyway. We're doing
Yeah.
12 days in stockings, little things.
Nice. So you just told the kids we're going full on old world
We're
pagan
taking
this
fuck
year,
it
right?
to everything that you've ever fucking known ever. We're gonna have a huge party with all of your friends and get wasted and eat a lot of food, and then we're gonna go to Florida. And that's our season.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that sounds like fun. Can I come do that with you?
Sure. Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else has got something going on?
I never do Christmas really anyway, because I always seem to have dogs. And right now I have these 2 Great Dane puppies that if I put a tree up, that would just be a bad idea. So, but yeah, we've never, since my kids have been adults, we've not been ones to decorate and do stuff. I had boys, they didn't care, so, and my son, my living son, is 2 hours away, so I'm probably going to be there anyway, visiting my grandson, and we're on baby watch. So,
Oh,
so it's like, who
that would be
knows?
fun, a Christmas baby.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and she's probably going to be a preemie. She's not really due till January, but it looks like it. We'll do well to keep cooking for another 2 weeks. So I think the doctors gave her like a 50-50 shot of making it another 2 weeks. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, and it's like, well, we're just gonna play it by ear, and when the baby shows up, probably just travel down that way and whatever it
Yeah.
takes. But yeah.
Well, I'm sending you baby cooking vibes. Hopefully she can hang on for another 2 weeks. The longer
Yeah,
the better.
that would be ideal. Yeah. They said for how'd they put it, every day that she makes it, then that's 2 days less that the baby will have to spend in NICU. So, and they really only said that it would have to spend about 2 weeks anyway. So if we can make it through till Christmas, she might not even have to go to NICU. So,
Oh, that would be good.
but yeah, it's hard to
That
say.
would be good. Yeah. And how old are your puppies again?
They are 10 months old as of Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of puppy
And-
action. That's a lot of puppy action going on
Oh.
in the house.
I just don't even know what I was thinking when I agreed to get 2. It was like we were getting 1, and then I don't even know what happened. The next thing I know, oh, let's just go ahead and have sisters, and oh, they're wild. They're wild, but they're so sweet. So sweet. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, no
Oh.
tree.
I would totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
It would, whew, I couldn't
Yeah.
even imagine. It'd probably end up being like 10 minutes would be a long stretch for it. And they get playing in the house
Right.
and the tree's dead.
Yes.
And everything on it is
Yeah.
dead.
Yes.
So I totally support you not putting up a tree right in the
Right.
That's like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's not, the holidays in general though have been busy, but they haven't been bad, and this is my 2nd year, I guess, without Patrick, although his last Christmas, I mean, it was all he was just diagnosed and it was all just about focusing on the cancer and things. So
Yeah.
it's just, but yeah, I think this has helped a lot, these sessions, and
Well, good.
so. yeah.
Good. We're glad. Anyone else want to share anything?
I'm just going to share again. So this is how I have been coping with the loss of my daughter since she passed a year before COVID. But since COVID, I've been obsessing over plants. Kate knows about my plants. So now I have too many. Nikki warned me about this. She said, you're going to get to a point where you have too many plants and you really regret it. I'm at that point, and I don't know what to do with all these damn plants. So I am gifting. We're having a Christmas party with my daughter's Girl Scout troop. They're seniors in high school. They still have a troop. We're having a Christmas party tonight, so I'm gifting them plants. So I'm going to share my plants here with you. I'm literally right now putting plants in dirt as I listen to you guys. So hold on. So these are my plants so far. I'm putting them in like cute little mugs and stuff.
Oh, look at the smiley mugs. I love those, Sarah.
Yeah. So just if you get into plants, it's really therapeutic, but just be careful.
Totally agree. Totally agree. My husband was into plants. I mean, I like plants, but I liked it when my husband was here to water them and prune them and repot them and all that good stuff. And since he went home in September, now I have all these plants and I'm like, this is a lot of
when
work.
they start to become more stressed than they are therapeutic, it's time to make a change.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you remember my jungle in my living room?
Yeah.
When you came over? Yeah. That I actually had to take half of them to Florida, and then the other half have to live in a whole bedroom all to themselves.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's Kavi's old room, so they're like growing like weeds. I'm like, what am I gonna do with the jungle that I have created? It's a problem.
Give him his Christmas gifts. Just I'm breaking them all up. Like,
that's a really good idea.
I'm not actually good at plants, so they die a lot. So it's really depressing. So they're just stressing me out. So I'm gonna give some away.
Yeah,
Hand them out at your Mama Kate party.
Yeah. I still will have plenty. I think I'm up to 50 now, so I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want. I'm only gonna keep the ones that are thriving, because the other ones just stress me out.
Yeah.
But I think I found out. I just realized in my laundry room in the basement, there are windows. And I said to my husband, these plants that are stressing me out, I think I'm just going to put them down here and put like some UV lights and just ignore them. So we'll see.
Okay. Don't talk to them anymore. Stop talking to them.
I don't talk to them too much. But
yeah, Nora probably does. You better check her.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's my share again.
True story. Nora's probably telling them all kinds of sweet things when you're not looking, and that's why they're all growing so fast.
That's what Emily used to do. She used to whisper to the plants.
There you go.
It's totally a thing that she pushed on me because she couldn't keep them alive, but she wanted to. So,
That's generally me. I love plants and I want to keep them alive, but I don't want to talk to them every day, and I don't want to have work involved.
Yeah.
I just want them to look pretty, and they don't if you don't do all that other stuff.
If they don't look pretty, I just throw them away.
Right. And see, that's my conundrum, because if they don't look pretty, I don't want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm with you, Sarah.
Fair warning, is therapeutic, but it can get out of hand. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. If no one else has anything to share, I'm going to go ahead and we'll call it a day for today.
Oh, I was going to share just for a second.
Oh, sure, Rhonda, jump in.
Yeah, I was just going to say I've been I posted on the Zoom link, like the thread for the Zoom link. One of the things that I did for Julia, I put a bunch of ferns, like greens, in a little kind of container next to the rocks that the kids painted for her after she transitioned. But I've been like obsessed with the ferns and just putting them in pots, and I feel like a little crazy, but it's funny how like it was making me so happy. And then I changed phones today, and I just did a complete, what is it called, 180, because I thought I lost my messages from her. I didn't. I know that I have them saved on my computer, but I was like, wow, it's so amazing how I was up and then I immediately went down. So I'm kind of like feeling a little bit better now, but I think I got to go back to the plants and start planting some more. I don't know, but that's all I wanted to share.
Well, yeah, if they're bringing you happiness, keep planting, give them away to bring happiness to other people. And, I had, the first time I upgraded my phone after Sophie left, it never crossed my mind until I was at the AT&T store and they backed everything up to the cloud for me one last time. And then when they wanted my physical phone, it hit me. Oh my God, this is the last phone I talked to Sophie on. And I had a total flipping meltdown right there in the phone store. Luckily, my mom was with me. I mean, I went out of the phone store and the girl at the store was like, is she okay? And my mom's like, nah, sort of, no, not really. It's okay. It'll be fine. And, everybody's wondering what the hell's wrong with me. And I'm like, that's the phone. So I get it. I totally get that. And it worries me every time I back up my computer or my phone, because I have all those old messages saved too. And I broke down and bought a couple of different storage devices on Amazon, and I have my shit backed up in multiple places now. So if one place bites the dust, I still have other copies because I'm paranoid that way.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll have to try that.
Yeah,
Right.
I have stuff on my phone, which I back up to the cloud automatically on a regular basis. And then I have all stuff on my laptop. And then I have 3 external storage devices that I bought for like $20 a piece. And I just store all my Sophie stuff. That's the only thing I have on those storage devices is Sophie stuff. And so I have 3 copies of it. If I lose one or it gets corrupted or whatever, I still have backups of my backups.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to try to do that.
Not that I want y'all to be crazy like me,
No.
but if it, I think it gave me a feeling of reassurance that because I mean, hard drives fail or you forget your password, and God knows you can't get into Apple if you ever forget your password. But it gave me comfort to know that I had multiple copies of everything. So if one thing failed, I would still have all my stuff. Because there are pictures obviously that can't be replaced. It would be like having a house fire. If my device failed and I couldn't get back in, I would liken that to having a house fire and losing everything. So yeah. And backup drives are cheap. Get an extra.
How do you save your messages on a backup?
There are ways you can. I forget exactly how I did it now, but I Googled and there are ways you can copy and down. They tell you how to go in and backyard hack kind of thing to get your messages downloaded to a text file.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else want to share something before we call it a day? Okay. With that, let's go ahead and we'll cut cords and call back our power. So deep breath in. Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, please come down and cut all energetic cords that no longer serve our healing or our highest purpose. Cords that bring negativity, feed toxic energy to our egos, and drain us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Please surround us and protect us with an impenetrable bubble of divine white light. And please fill us with the glowing radiance of love. Thank you, and so it is. Okay, jazz hands. Okay. I call all of my power back to me now.
I call all of my power back to me now.
Imagine that power coming into your hands from all over the world, from each other, from everyone you've interacted with today, from all those threads you've posted in online. Feel your hands start to get warm. That warmth turns into that glowing golden light running down your forearms, warming you as it goes into your shoulders, up through your head, lighting your crown, reaching toward the sky, down through your torso, warming and glowing into your hips, loosening those because that's a spot where we can hold grief and anger. Down into your legs, calves and ankles, all the way to your feet, grounding you to the earth, even as you reach for the sky. And once you feel that glowing energy, step back and take a look at yourself. Feel the pulse and the warmth. Say thank you, and so it is.
Thank you. And so it is.
Okay, thank you guys for coming. Please don't forget to send Nikki some healing energy, some loving, feel good vibes. Hopefully she'll be back with us on Tuesday. We will see you guys then for Destiny Cards with Kelly White. Okay,
Good
and don't
night, all.
forget,
Thank you.
sign up for Secret Santa. If you want to be part of the Secret Santa, get in that thread in the group today. Because she's gonna one or the other or both of us are gonna match those up tomorrow. So get in there today if you want to participate. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.